or talk about ID, which is what Chuck wants to do. How you doing, Chuck?
Hello. Yeah, those last three phone calls there. That's just when I tuned in. That's living proof why we don't want intelligent design in our public schools.
It looks like we're not going to get it.
That's going to set our science program back about 500 years, back to whenever the Catholic Church arrested Galileo for proving that the Earth revolved around the sun.
Yeah.
Okay, now, the reason I'm calling is the other day I was having a debate with a bunch of people about like that, and we were talking about this intelligent design. You know, they're wanting to get into the public schools, and I suddenly realized I didn't understand. What is it that they want exactly? Do they want a chapter in the science book, or do they want their own class? And they're going to teach their own class.
All right, I got to nutshell this because we're running out of time. What most of the ID proponents ultimately want is a complete change in the paradigm. They're using the wedge strategy. They want to eliminate evolution and replace it with creationism in the guise of intelligent design, and use that as the way to change moral values and other things in the systems. Barbara Forrest has got an excellent bunch of lectures, including some essays online, talking specifically about the wedge document, the ID strategy, etc. I want to say quickly that while we were in a panic, and there's still reason to be concerned about what was going on with Texas public education, this September is the month where the science standards were coming up for review, and we warned and warned and warned, and it turns out either the warnings were heeded or they were unnecessary, despite the fact that we have 7 creationists or young earth creationists possibly out of 15 slots on the school board. They put together a commission that came up with a new science standard proposal, and I'm happy to say that the new proposal not only prohibits the mention of supernatural causes within a science classroom, but it also eliminates the main needle point of the wedge of intelligent design, which has been a part of the Texas standards for a while, and that is to teach the strengths and weaknesses of evolution. That's now been removed from what they're proposing, and this is up for approval in January. Texas may actually get away next January with not looking at all like Kansas or Florida or any of these other backward places that have abandoned a 21st century science education in favor of kowtowing to people's religious beliefs. So there's some potential good news on that front.
Well, yeah, hopefully Texas will, do the right thing, and so they were actually wanting to impose their will into the textbook. Is that what I heard you say?
I think they have their own books, or I don't know.
They have their own books, but if the standards changed, then the textbooks would have to change. If the requirement is that we teach in the course on evolution both the strengths and weaknesses, and by the way, go ahead and identify them, then you got to produce new textbooks that do that, and what they end up doing is providing supplementary material like of pandas and people.
Right, so that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to force their will into the textbook. Because one of my arguments was, sure, let them have a class and teach their own little class and make it an elective class, because nobody will take it anyway. And they realize that. They realize that if they had an elective class in the public school, nobody would take it.
Well,
so
I think
they're
we have
trying
to
to
be careful,
force
though.
their way into the textbook.
I think we have to be careful, though, about what electives we allow. We don't want to allow a religious proselytizing class as an elective, because that's something we're still paying for. If you want to do that, if you want to have Sunday school, do it on Sundays.
Oh, yeah, exactly, sure.
I got to let you go, Chuck. We're about out of time.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.